So I was beginning to sip my drink at the front of the tavern when I heard a terrible booming voice. "Huntanor! Huntanor! I've heard the stories that you've told other people of what happened between you and my wife. This is a matter of honor, and I will absolutely..." So I leapt up in the middle of his tirade onto the table and drew my sword. Yes, I'll get down from the table, my liege. Oh, you're not angry. You just want to hear more of the story of the Bagrationi rise to power in the Caucasus Mountains? More of the rise of the kings of Georgia? Well, that's a relief. I thought, like the last two times, you were going to be mad about me telling my own stories. Oh, you... Well, I'm flattered. I still resent the part where you called them my lies, but I'm flattered. Of course we can continue with the story of Davit, Count. Of Davit and his rise to become the Duke of Georgia. So the key to making this plan work is we need to marry our half-sister to someone from the Armenian principalities so he can't join the war. We don't have enough prestige for a war right now, so let's just start a hunt. And once that hunt is done, hopefully we'll be ready. Aya has to marry... no, not this guy. This is the wrong marriage. That's why. Selected the wrong marriage type. This guy. This count is a vassal of the Armenian principalities. If I can get an alliance with him and get him to join the war quickly, it will block my rival from being able to have his ally join the war, and I should be able to beat Duke Tornok almost immediately. Yeah, I need prestige. If you can't keep up, don't come along. That's just how it works when we're out here trying to impress everybody with our martial prowess. There we go. She's now married, so we now have the proper ally. This is still going to be a really quite difficult war. I don't have an army strong enough to really fight this guy face to face. I need my allies. I'm probably going to put myself, in fact, I'm certainly going to put myself into a prestige deficit to make this war happen. Let's do it. Let's see what we can do. Hopefully we can make this happen. If we can, we'll be really close to being able to not only hold all of the provinces we should, but also become the King of Georgia. The beginning of this is going to be a little bit of dodging. We're going to have to make sure that we don't engage with him until after our ally shows up. Like, it's pretty much essentially important. Can see the Count from Armenia is coming. Oh, here is my first son. Could be my only son, hopefully. But, you know, there's not much chance of that. Don't really want to name him after my dad. Stefanzo? Yeah, we'll keep that. So hopefully our ally will smartly meet up with us quickly so we can get this done fast. Oh, our ally from the north is also almost here. Oh, and money. This is my cousin, my marshal. That guy is always helping out. I'm going to have to do something for him. I'm not sure what that is yet, but I have to do something for him. Let's just start some sieges. It looks like they're going to go hang out down there, and we will we'll siege up here. Afterwards, we'll go up to the castle. I don't know where Tornok's armies are going. Oh, probably have to try to siege my castle. I mean my capital. Yeah, let's break that siege. Our armies are really close in size. Hopefully the allies will decide to join in. It may be that even if they don't, I'll still win. Because I'll have the defensive bonus for defending my own fortification. Hopefully. Or they'll join me, hopefully. Okay. I don't know if I should do this. Just like, we're sort of seeing if we get some attrition on him before we pop in. Let's just check. Let's see how it looks like it's going to turn out. All right. It says I'll win, so let's go in. Let's just do it. I think we have this battle. What? Bulk? What are you doing? Prince Bagrat. Prince Bagrat. Why have you brought me here? My prince? What is it that you need of me? Bulk, you served my father well. I've known you since I was a boy. It needs to stop. You need to stop interfering with me. But I did... Bulk, that claim that my wedding was false, that my wife is directly related to me, that incest claim, I know what it was. It was a ploy. It was a ploy intended to create some kind of opportunity. Please, out of respect for my father, stop these machinations. I know that I don't have the same push. I know that I don't have the same love of the church that he did. But I'm not a bad man. You've worked so hard to support my father, and now, to do this to me. Please, I beg you. Don't continue with these actions. You humble me, my lord. Of course. I will make sure that no such actions are taken against you again. Whoever it was that gave me the false information that led me to believe those terrible lies, I will discover them, and I will make sure that your realm is free of their influence. Thank you. Okay, so once this battle is over, this battle will probably decide things. It's very close. It's like very, very close. I am starting to push ahead. My allies are trying to come to help, but I don't think they're going to make it either way. Kind of wish they just stayed and finished the siege, honestly, at this point, since we're going to win it. Yeah, we're going to win it. It's very close. Can't believe Bulk accused me of incest. Jesus. What a thing to do. Okay, so they are under attack. They are under attack by our very strong northern neighbor, that empire up there. I don't think that I can really help because I'm in the middle of a war of my own. Problem is, he's going to take his troops away, which is going to really suck. We really don't like that. This battle should pretty much be the last battle that matters. After this, he's not going to have enough military power left to really fight us. Because I joined my allies' hopeless army in the north, all these troops up here are they're hostile to me, so I'm going to have to sort of play a little janky around them so that they don't decide to attack me at random. We do not want them to think that we're helping, because we're only helping on paper. We're only helping because of our feudal obligations and because he helped us out, not because we can actually help. Oh, he is in so much trouble. There is no way he can win that. That's going to be tough. Really, really tough, because that is a lot of territory that's Georgian. Yeah, and since it's Georgian territory, I mean, technically we shouldn't want our people to be subjugated under, I think, heathens. I think they're heathens. I don't know. So my ally seems to have decided to manage this army and is doing a fine job on their own, so I don't have any reason to break the siege. That is worrying, though. Really quite large heathen empire. Now, well, assuming I win this war, which seems now inevitable, right on my border. Can't get a lot worse than that. Yeah. Well, hopefully we can find a way to dissuade them from attacking us. All right. So when these sieges end, the siege ends, I mean, we should have 100%. His siege won't end because we should have 100% before his siege ends, hopefully. It's going to actually be close. Both sieges may end at the same time. I mean, I guess we'll just siege it back down if we have to, right? Yeah, he is, because he has siege engines and I don't. That's no good. Well, let's just take enduring hardship. Well, I guess we'll just have to fight him again and do some more sieging. I was really hoping that this would be the end of the war, too. I really hope those guys don't decide to come down and make trouble. I really regret feeling honor bound enough to have clicked accept on that on that war join. Cause man, these guys are scary. I don't even want to go up here and siege this again, cause I'm gonna have to get right next to them, and they're gonna. We'll do it this way. we'll go down this way. Maybe that little extra buffer between us will mean they won't take an opportunity to smash us to get a couple of free war score. Alright, so the winning of this war is now pretty much inevitable. It's just a matter of time. Just gonna hunt him down. Because we know what he's gonna do, right? He's gonna use his siege engines to siege this back down and just flip this back and forth over and over again. Balk, why have you come to me? Why have you made this journey? Your Holiness, I believe that we should put our support behind Prince Davit Bagrationi. I know that you had concerns about him. I know that you wished to bind him closer to the church by marrying him to a selected woman, but I think he deserves our trust. He has so far done no wrongs to us. And over the years I grew fond of his father. Please, Your Holiness, don't ask me to continue to be a disruption to his life or his goals. I think that his goals align with the church's and that we should support him as we did his father. Well, if you think so, Balk, I've trusted you in the past. If you think that he will remain loyal, then so be it. We will cease to attempt to influence him, and I will show signs that our support remains with him as it did with his father. Okay. Oh, thank you, Patriarch. I mean, after your priest accused me of incest, I didn't think that you'd be helping me out anytime soon. I mean, obviously I knew that was happening because I clicked on it, but you know what I mean. Thank you anyway. Thank you. I needed the money. I am pretty sure defeat in the north has... I mean, there's really not even any point in trying to help them. Like, they're just done. All right. Yeah, we'll just do both. That sucks. That kind of changes the forward momentum of this game, because our original goal, which was to take all of the territory held by the Georgian kingdom during their golden age, now means we're going to have to contest with two. Oh yeah. Well, that defeat was inevitable. Kind of feel bad about it, to be honest. Our ally's just going to go up here and clean that guy up. Good. Means we don't have to break the siege. And Balk died, which is too bad, considering we just started to repair our relationship. And there it is. There's not really much more he's going to be able to do. Nope. We have restored the lands that was lost to our family long ago. It's going to be awkward for a while, though, because since we chose to take the Duke title instead of taking the individual provinces so we get it done in one war, our rival is going to be our vassal. We're going to need a solution to that. I have a solution in mind for it, but I'm not exactly sure how long it will take. In fact, it could take a very long time, like maybe even 10 years of him being my vassal before I can finish what I want to do. I don't want to imprison him because I don't want to be a tyrant about it. In fact, I want to strip him of everything he has in a legal sense. I don't want to repeat what his father did to my grandfather and, tyrannically strip from him what belongs to him in his mind. I'm glad that you came to see us on our request. The council and I have been discussing it, and we think we have a way that you can minimize the chance of warfare with now Count Tormak, and regain all of those provinces that once belonged to your father and should be restored to you. It is normally very legal for a king, at least according to the ecclesiastical precedent, for a king to reclaim land that he has a personal claim to from his vassals. While we have to establish that traditional law here in Georgia, if we begin the process of speaking with the various magistrates and other officials in the realm, we can push towards adoption of that rule. The precedent is well set. Once we get the people who run the domain to agree, you will simply have to declare the new law to be true and take the territory back. It's a very simple plan. The best part of it is, if he refuses, it will be he that's in the wrong, and you will have a perfect opportunity to retaliate with force. What you do with him then is up to you. So to make this plan work, we're going to have to be able to get limited crown authority. We do not have the cultural advancement for that yet, which means now that we are the leader of the culture, we are not the leader of the culture yet. He is technically right now. In a few minutes, the game will realize that I'm the leader of the culture, and then when that happens, we will change the technology we're working on. And once that technology goes through, because I have valid claims to all of his provinces, I will be able to legally take them as his liege. That will mean that I can push him out without breaking the law. There's a 99% chance that his decision is going to be plenary assemblies is what we need. Anyway, as I was saying, there's a 99% chance his response is going to be to rebel and try to go to war. I 100% expect it. It makes sense to me. That's what he would do, and I would be glad to kick his butt one more time. We are going to have to manage him a little bit, though, to make sure he doesn't rebel, because he really doesn't like us. Okay, pensive is good. I mean, it's not bad, right? Yeah, that means that we need to find him I think we're going to make him a steward. We do have to start thinking about the future. It's probably within a one lifetime grasp of ours now to get the kingdom title for Georgia. So probably Davit is going to be the first king of Georgia, which is amazing. The only problem with that is we're going to eventually have to fight the Armenian principalities. For now, we're going to try to create a slightly better relationship with them just by sending our son over there to get some learning. We're going to have him go as a peace offering. He can go and learn under somebody in their court to become a steward. The problem with the principalities of the Armenian principalities is that I don't feel any animosity towards them. But having said that, I do still need to recover from them the land that is traditionally the land that I see at least as being part of the county of Georgia if I'm ever going to form a kingdom. And he's not that strong. His independence also helps me because I won't have to... We can do this now. We can just set this now. great. The fact he's currently independent means that I'll be fighting against him directly, which does make it more likely that I'll succeed. Hopefully also I can make some new alliances that'll help out. So my less than honorable plan here was I was going to bring my sisters home and break their betrothals, but they're really far away. They are very far away. Like, their mother has decided to move herself very, very far away. I'm not actually sure where they are. Let's try to find out. Someplace... Oh. They're in this, like, Spanish island. I bet it's nice there. I wonder why their mother decided to move there. She doesn't like me, but nobody really likes me. It's the burden of being a young king. No one really likes you. So, that plan isn't going to work. They have both left, so even though the men they're going to marry are close to me... Peasant revolt. Peasant revolt. We don't need this right now. I was talking about my sisters. Why are you revolting? You are revolting. Anyway, even though the men are close to me, the girls are like living with their mom on some Spanish island, so I can't break their betrothals because I don't have any control over them. Which means I may have to just resign myself to making my son get married young. I mean, we don't have to actually go through with the marriage, right? We can just put him into a marriage where he gets betrothed, but then we break it later. A feast. Feast is a good sign that war is coming, and it is. I have a feeling pretty soon I'm going to be able to start my war on the Armenian Principalities. I have a claim that I've just had forever on one of the two provinces I need, and my goal is to have all of the provinces I need in order to... all the counties I need in order to become the Duke of Georgia as quickly as possible. And then we'll just move to the money-making point, where we're just trying to put together enough cash to buy our titles and become the King of Georgia. It's actually coming together quite well. I thought this was going to go a lot worse than it did, especially when I realized I was going to have to do some pretty radical stuff to make that war happen. But, you know, forcing his ally out of the war by one of his counts to join it worked perfectly. We're learning Greek. It's mostly so that we can push our relationship up with the Patriarch. We still need his money if we can get it. I mean, we're never going to be able to do as well at that as our father did, but, you know, it's not hopeless. We might be able to get money from him once in a while. Learning his language, coming close to his culture is a good plan for doing that. All of this land should be mine, and it is being held by my worst enemy, who is technically my vassal. What are we going to do? Wait about 6 years. That's what we're going to do. In about 6 years, we will have gained the law, and we will be able to force him to give up his titles. This guy is not like me. I have a persistent problem with the priesthood. It took forever to convince Balk to like me. And this guy... I really need the levies that the church is withholding, because I want Tomac to not think he can attack me. He is really the only problem I have right now. Additionally, those levies would go a long way towards making my Armenian conquest actually possible. And we are now knowledgeable in the Greek language. Again, that should help us with the priesthood. I don't know if it helps us with our priest specifically. He is allied with our enemy, but that doesn't matter because our enemy is now our vassal. So just like he couldn't declare war on me, my vassal will not be able to declare war on me either. Our alliances aren't very strong. This guy has refused every time I've asked him to go to war, so let's just sway him a bit and see if that will help. Maybe we convince him to go to war with us that way. Oh, 55%. That's so low. We are not a diplomat. We are not a diplomat at all. That could make our situation a little bit difficult. I really, really wish I could get these girls to come back. I really wish I could. I invited their mother back, but it didn't help. Hopefully, eventually they will migrate over here on their own now that they're basically living in a foreign territory without their mom. Oh, I guess I didn't. I guess I thought I invited her back, but never actually did it. Well, I did it now. Okay, so it really does look like we're going to have to marry our poor 5-year-old son off, I should say. Get him betrothed. We're going to find somebody who gives us a bit of strength, somebody on par with ourselves. I mean, it's not like we have many other choices anyway. The game is not overflowing with good marriage options for our son. Hopefully, later we can break this betrothal and marry him to somebody better. But for now, this is really going to be quite necessary if I am going to go to war with Armenia right away. We've become deeply, deeply entangled with the Byzantine Empire in preparations for our war. All of our alliances are over there in Greece and the Eastern Roman Empire. Hopefully we'll be able to declare this war soon. Lori is the province we can get. We do not have enough prestige. Okay, so we have just finished promoting culture in Tbilisi, which means it is now Georgian, which is great. I guess we're going to go back to developing. It's hard to say. I mean, we know that our neighbor, that our enemy, Tormek, now our positions are reversed, Count Tormek as opposed to Duke Tormek, will get stronger if I help him clean up his area too much, but the advantage to helping him clean up the area is that it will be in a better condition when I take it. I think I'm going to probably by then have the perk that makes it so that the... Actually, I don't know if that works like that. I know it works on when your places get sieged down, but I don't think it works on places you siege down. So, oh, jeez. Melancholy. Is that melancholy or is that the other one? I should have looked. And we're getting closer. If I take this prestige, though, I can declare my war right away. I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to declare war right away. So, he has one ally who will not be able to join him in the war. And I have several allies that will be able to join me in the war, but when the war first starts, my allies will be very far away, and his ally doesn't exist, but his armies will be bigger than me. So what I'm going to have to do is sort of play a bit of a tactical game, a bit more than I usually do in this old CK3. I think that suits Davit, though. I think he is the kind of guy who would be a little bit more tactical about this. He'd be a little bit more position-related. We are going to definitely go into prestige debt here, but I really want to take advantage of his weakness and get this done now. Just raise our armies, and it turned out to be, yeah, melancholic. That's too bad. We got to keep away from him. He's probably going to try to make an attack on us right away because he's going to see us being weaker than him. If we can either make that attack take place in the mountains, or if we can force him to attack him on one of our own fortifications, that might turn out okay for us. But my preferred outcome would be to try to circle all the way around and get him on the other side once my allies are here. Okay, so we're just going to try to get around back here. Maybe if we go into, and he thinks we're going to siege this area, he'll come after us right away. Oh, that's got his attention. He is definitely chasing us now. Let's just escape into the mountains. Okay, maybe we won't. Oh yeah, we got it. So let's just head around this way and make a good circle. So if we can get to the sea, then we have this. Our ally should show up any moment now. Then we can attack him together. Hopefully he will follow my lead. We'll attack him together up there in the siege. Break the siege. So if we can win this battle, if my ally stays properly with me and we can join up and win this battle, that should pretty much be the war. You know, it's diminishing returns. It's unlikely that he'll ever be able to get enough troops back that we can't just keep breaking his army. And there we go. We got this. It's done. It looks like we're going to succeed. And there'll be some more complicated buffoonery, of course, but we are the superior general. Try to start sieging the actual war goal so we can start getting that ticking war score. Get this done faster. Davit is just a superior commander. This has been a pretty good war. Okay, so his plan... Oh, it's Romelia. It's the doctor that saved my father's life all those years ago. She's still my doctor now. Can't believe somebody's trying to murder her. Anyway, this guy's trying to circle around to catch the my ally off guard. So we've sort of hemmed him in. Finally, we're going to catch him. He's been leading us around by the nose for a long time, but once again, we're going to defeat him. He is ahead of us, but our allies will reach us in time, and that should... Yep, just like I expected. Once our allies joined, he stood no chance. Once his army is broken, we will again try to siege down the war goal. Hopefully we can get this done pretty quick. So far so good. Our ally is heading down towards his capital, I think, to lay a siege. Hopefully they're smart enough to join back up with me when he inevitably brings his troops back into the battle. Think that his army is still stronger than my ally's army, but he's definitely not stronger than both of us together. Might actually individually be stronger than me. No, we're about the same. I probably would lose if he fought me on one of his fortifications, though. Yeah, good. Ally is making the smart move, thankfully, and joining me up here in the siege of the war goal. Getting close to sieging down Lori. The war is almost over. He, instead of attacking me, decided to head up north. I think it's a good plan, because I think we're going to win this siege with enough time left to go and fight him. Yep, for sure. We are definitely dominating this war now. He really doesn't have much of a chance left. Just gonna wait till he commits and then force meet him. And once again, we are definitely ahead of him. I am just such a better commander than he is. But it's what my father trained me to do, right? And all that training has come together well. We have succeeded in all of our wars. This war is all but over. Our first war was a very good one. Now, oh, a second son. Again, they want me to name him after my dad. No traits or anything. Let's see what we can come up with. Ashot? No. Theodorus, though, is cool. Theodoros. He's back out here again. Trying to make some moves. I do wonder what his plan is. Let's try to catch him, just so that we can get him, since my ally is right nearby. Yeah, we got him. And again, we defeat him on the field of battle. At this point, really, it's just a matter of winning these sieges. Once the sieges are done, the war is done. So, my spy master, Mayor Garam, has died. In his place, we're going to put... Actually, we're going to put the other Mayor Garam in his place, I think. So, Mayor Garam gets replaced by Mayor Garam. I don't even think they're related. I've had 2 Mayor Garams for a long time. Yeah, just finished this siege up. Okay, so this siege is going to run down. The siege next to us is going to run down. We're going to get done way before that guy up there does. And when we do... actually, he may win his siege first, but I think we'll still win anyway. I don't have siege equipment. Probably should have thought of that when I was spending all that money to make an army, but, you know. The army of a count is very small, and I haven't been a duke for very long. So, my next goal, there it is. My next goal will be to buy some siege equipment. I have taken my own son as a prisoner because he was down there being educated. My own son is in my prison. That's very interesting. Let's just ransom this girl off. And we'll just... Yeah, we're still winning, so let's just... Let's just enforce our war goals. There we go. And that's it. We have done it. We can now form the Duchy of Georgia. Once we form the Duchy of Georgia, we'll have 2 duchy titles, but in addition to that, we will have all of the individual counties and duchies we need to form the Kingdom of Georgia. That's right. Once we save the money up, Davit will become the first king of Georgia, succeeding not just at his father's original dream for him, but he is at the beginning of doing, not only succeeding at his father's original dream for him, but also beginning the process of fulfilling his family's great destiny of becoming the kings of Georgia. He still has a lot of problems ahead of him, though. We're going to have another war with Armenia so that we can take the last territory that belongs in the Duchy of Georgia. We're going to have to declare wars to the north. That probably isn't going to be something he's going to be able to do. That will be for his son. He needs a son who is skilled enough in learning that he can... I mean, his heir is going to be a steward, but that doesn't mean he can't become skilled in learning. We could do... Bagrat did. We can have him do learning in spite of it not being his primary, so that he can learn some technologies pretty quickly. We need the Hightable technology. His faction can't grow because he can't become stronger than us at a fast enough rate, which is pretty good. It means we don't have to worry about him. Yeah, our son can become learning, and he can work towards Hightable law, and that will let us declare claim wars for the places that are inside of our kingdom. And so, Prince Davit looked across the lands that he had taken, knowing that he had exceeded by far his father's expectations, and imagined a crown. Someday soon, he knew, with the support of the patriarch, his people would have a kingdom of their own, a unity that they had never historically had. The kingdom of Georgia was within his grasp. The support of the patriarch guaranteed that it would be so. Yet, he could imagine more. The Armenian principalities to the south had become weak. Some of those lands bordering his own had been traditional territory that his people had lived in. And there was a dream that his father spoke of that was beyond even simply kingship. It was the dream of controlling the land beneath the mountains from sea to sea. He didn't know if it was a dream that he could fulfill, but he knew now he had set his family firmly on the road that would one day lead there. Oh, no, I don't want to give you the impression that we're done. There's more to tell if you wish to hear more. Yes, of course, there's the founding of the kingdom itself, and his great enemy Tornik, now a mere count, their fortunes completely reversed, hasn't been expelled from the lands. And what of his son? And what of the empires to the north and the south? Would they be able to stand against them? I don't know. Well, I mean, it's my story. I do know. But you don't know. And I hope that those ideas intrigue you enough that you'll listen again when I come to tell you more about the rise of the Bagrat dynasty and the Kingdom of Georgia.